Hey guys, Dr. John here. Today we're going to be going over one of my favorite stretches to get through the front of this forearm, and it's a forearm flexor stretch which helps treat medial epicondylitis, or as we commonly call it, golfer's elbow. Now if you know me, I'm a horrible golfer, so I don't have to worry about this too much, but my forearms are very tight, so this will be a great exercise for me to do today as well. So the idea, right, is if we imagine a rope going from the inside part of our elbow here down, not only to our wrist, but down into our fingers. That's where a lot of this flexor musculature runs to. And the reason why we think of like this specific point up here and why this we commonly call this golfer's elbow is that there's a common tendon that attaches right onto this part of your elbow here that a lot of these muscles start at, where they originate from, and then they run to the hand. So we want to think of the best way to stretch from here to the tips of our fingers and try to bring those 2 points apart. So what we're going to do is I have here just the box. You can use a table, a chair, floor, whatever it might be, but you're then going to spin your arm around so that your forearm here is facing up, and then I'm going to keep my fingers completely straight and lay my palm flat on the box here. And then from here, I already feel a really good stretch coming up through this forearm all the way through. Now from here, what I can do and what I would recommend is then I can start to lean back, trying to keep my base of my hand as close to this box as possible. As I start to come back though, if I go too far, I'm going to start to lift up, right? That's just because my forearm's really, really tight. So in order to make sure that I don't lose some of the intensity of the stretch, I'm going to keep the base of my hand on the box and then start to lean back a little bit. And I don't get very far, but from here I'm going to hold this for 5 seconds and then I'm going to move back over. And as I move back over, that stretch goes away. So I'm going to move back and forth here and I'm going to do 10 reps total. And this is a great way to kind of warm this forearm up before you start to do any type of activity, whether it's lifting, or swimming, or whatever type of activity that you're doing. This is a great way to kind of warm that warm that forearm up by making it a little bit more dynamic. Now the other way that you can do this is just holding this position for 20 to 30 seconds, especially after you work out or do any type of activity, especially if it's grip related or upper body related. But I recommend doing that after working out anyways. And then you would just back off that stretch and then give it a second to calm down, and then you can go back and do it again. Pairing this with something like foam rolling is a great way to kind of get more blood flow in and then reinforce that improved position that you want out of that muscle, especially now that's loosened up a little bit, which there will be a separate video for that. But that is how you do the forearm flexor stretch.